Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tickle Me Comedy Club podcast. I'm Isaac Israel, and I'm here with Dylan Dillagaff, and we have a special guest here today. You have seen her all over Las Vegas. She has her own Amazon Prime special. We have Shannon DaQueen in the house. And so, folks, we are Tickle Me Comedy Club podcast is sponsored by the Blue Zone Comedy Tour. Please let them know about
Blue
that.
Blue Zone Comedy Tour. You can find us on Facebook, all the regular social media. Our specialty is bringing disabled comics to light. And so we're in the process of doing that. You'll see us all over Vegas, and hopefully we'll get out to the rest of the world shortly. But remember, Blue Zone Comedy Tour. Okay, back to you, Isaac.
So, we are just really excited about this podcast episode because Shannon is here, but also we've also created this partnership with ACTV. And ACTV, they have like 10 million viewers. They're on Roku and Kodi. They're featured on Amazon Fire TV. ACTV US is live and it's on video on demand. And just so that everyone knows, you could find it. They have an app on the for smartphones. You could download it from actvus.com. You could find them on Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media channels. So we're really excited about this partnership.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. So tell your friends.
Yeah. So let's kick it off. Shannon, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is such an awesome experience already.
And you know, everybody, we are socially distanced. It may look like we're closer on TV, but we're actually like 8 feet apart, so we're social distancing.
8 inches.
And 20 pounds heavier because the TV adds weight to us. But social distancing, we're doing it. Yep.
Yes.
Good.
So Shannon, you've had the Amazon Prime special for a little while now. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How did it come about?
Oh
Why
my
did you decide to
gosh.
do it? All of that. It's
So
just great.
It came about with my friend David. He films, and he seen me performing. I was actually on a reality TV show on Vegas Divas.
Oh, great.
And he seen something in me, a spark, and he wanted to do a Amazon hour premiere show. So I was all nervous because at the time, I think that was in 2017. At the time, I had a Stillborn, so I wasn't ready to get back into.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to get back into on stage and speak about that experience. But he wanted me to do some comedy and go from there and talk about my healing and speak about it. So you guys most definitely check it out. Like he said, it's on Amazon Prime, and it's laughter, it's medicine. Shannon DaQueen, and
So tell us about that. So like how many days, weeks, months after the Stillborn did you plan it out, or did you actually do the special? Like
it wasn't planned. It was like a last minute thing. So it wasn't a good set. It wasn't horrible to say what I was going through,
Yeah.
But I know that you know what's in you. You know what you can bring out to the audience and how you can make them laugh and things like that. This mask is like so irritating.
It's a great mask, though. I love that mask.
So it was really difficult to get on stage and talk about that personal experience that I had. But you know what? It was all worth it because you never know who you can touch and who you can relate with and who can relate with you. So, I did what I had to do as a comedian, as a professional comedian, and I made it work. I worked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta jump over your obstacles and bring it to joy, bring it to funny, even though ain't nothing funny about having a stillborn, you know?
So one of the things we like to do is we like to bring a different perspective for the comics that we interview. And so some of the things we want to find out is about the real you, how long you've been doing comedy, what got you started, what inspires you, those kinds of things. So how long have you been doing comedy?
So I've been doing comedy for quite a while now. I've been doing it for about 8 years. Striving, I definitely can say, is levels to everything that you do. I started out open mics.
Oh, yeah.
Open mics, going to different open mics room. Somebody on Facebook had inboxed me and wanted to know what my passion was, and I didn't have an idea. You know, I was just like, why are you inboxing me this? So I told him like, oh, I'll be a great comedian, and he connected me with Mike P. He's actually a radio host for 97.5, Hot 97.5. So I went down there to his room to do some open mic, and ever since then it's just been on, and I still get the butterflies, you know.
Oh yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, I still get the butterflies.
Don't call Mike P's show an open mic. You can't do that.
Well, it
It's a
was
show. Oh, at
8
the time.
years ago.
Oh, at the
Yeah,
time it's
8
open
years
mic.
ago it was
But
an
now
open
it's a
mic.
showcase.
Now it's a
All right,
showcase.
Mike P, if you're watching this, we know it's not an open mic.
Right, it's not an open mic no
Because he
more.
will.
So that's how I started, and then I took a break for 8 months because I got in a relationship, and the guy started getting jealous, and he's like, why is them guys laughing at you? I'm like, because I'm a comedian, you joke. So, so I had, stopped for like 8 months, and then I promised myself, like, I would never stop doing comedy again for nobody, and I just kept going, and Richard Taylor reached out to me, and he was hosting at Coffee, Tea, or Me, and he told me to come out there and do some comedy. So I came out there and I did some comedy. I was going for like a good straight 5 months, and he had to leave and go to Atlanta or somewhere down south.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
You remember that?
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, and I started hosting. They asked me, did I want to host for Coffee, Tea, or Me? And that was my first time ever experience hosting. So I was quite nervous, but excited at the same time that they seen something in me. So shout out to Craig Parks for allowing me to host Coffee, Tea, or Me. And that was an open mic show as well. And just getting my feet wet. And I started hosting at Club Lacey's, which is, it was a strip club out here in Las Vegas. But then a lot of people didn't want to come to the strip club because it was like it's the devil playground, and they thought it was gonna be naked bodies walking around. So it was crazy. And I was hosting there, and then after that shut down, I just started having book shows, and you booked me before on a couple of your shows on Tickle Me Comedy. So that was great experience and had lots of fun, and just book shows, traveling, and all that. So like I said, it's definitely levels to where you're trying to go in life, especially.
And then the pandemic hit, right?
Then the pandemic hit. Right when I was flying and traveling, I just crashed. Like,
I know, all of us, we had all this stuff going on and ready to go, and then boom, it's all a big rug pulled out from under you.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. So we had to take it to Zoom.
Oh yeah,
we had to Zoom it.
Oh my gosh, have you done a Zoom?
I've done Zoom.
Oh, I did one, and we've talked about it before, but oh my gosh, that is really hard to do because
it's tough.
You're not getting any really feedback.
You're not getting feedback. You don't know if they laughing. You don't know what's going on behind the other side of the phone, right?
Yep. The one that I did, we had some audience members had called in. I told all my friends, all three of them, to call in. So we did have some audience members. So we did have a little bit of feedback, but that's not a fun experience at all.
It's not. But you know what? I knew that I was killing it when I had gave them my Cash App, and it was just like, Cash Apping me and everything. I was like, okay, I'm doing good. That ching-ching kept ching-chinging. And I was like, all right.
That's a great part.
I just made $5 on that joke.
Right.
I'm just killing it now.
I made
joke
so
again.
much money on Zoom and Cash App than I ever did on stage. Isn't that crazy? Because people rewatch it and replay it, and just going to sleep at night, waking up to yeah. I'm like, that's some dope stuff right there. Yeah, the Cash App is very, very good because you know that they watch it, or other people come and they watch it as well. So yeah, that's definitely a plus to wake up to money in your Cash App.
I know, that's the best part. So we did I'm sure you heard of the Drivein comedy show we did. Have you had a chance to do that?
No.
Did you hear about it?
I haven't heard about it,
my
but
God.
my cousin wanted to do a drive at like Applebee's or something like that.
That's the place.
The neighborhood bar.
The neighborhood Applebee's.
Yeah, you know
Shout out
what?
to King
You can watch a
Darius
comedy
Stone.
show and you get a meal for 2 for $25 over there. Take a date over there.
Yeah,
Some
and
little
I thought that
comedy,
was a great
like
idea.
mozzarella
Yeah.
sticks and.
So tell me how it went.
Wait, I gotta do a little ad
Where are
lib
you
here.
going?
So there's a movie called Hall Pass.
Okay, yeah.
And it was about these two guys that got a week-long hall pass from their wives. They could go out and do anything they wanted to do, and there was no harm, no foul. They could go get girlfriends there. So these guys decided they were going to go pick up some girls. And where'd they think that they could find all the girls? Applebee's.
Wow. So did they find any girls or did they find apples?
I don't remember.
No, they ate too much. What happened was they ate too much at Applebee's, and then they couldn't even go out because they were so full, so that they went back to sleep. In the meanwhile, the girls are like finding other guys at the clubs and stuff like that. The hall pass was for the girls, not the guys.
Every time I hear Applebee's, I think of that. But yeah, so the drive-in thing. Let me kind of give you a preface. So we had this. We partnered with another company, and they had a loading dock with the big roll-up doors, and so we put a stage in front of it, and there was a big parking lot, and so we had cars come in there and park just like you're at a drive-in. We had some picnic tables, and we had a food truck. We had a full bar.
Wow.
And then out on the stage, it was out in the open air, and we had lighting and mics and all that kind of stuff. And we just did comedy for there. It turned out to be really cool. We were a little nervous. All of us were a little nervous about the feedback we'd get, but people were honking their horns, flashing their lights.
Like middle of June.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, middle of June. Yeah.
Nice night. It was
Great.
It turned out
Yeah,
cool.
I can vision it.
Yeah, we're trying to get it picked up and
we're
trying to
doing
put
it.
it on tour, and then so we could get more comedians to come in and do it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, definitely let me know. I never
Yeah.
experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
So
it was
I'm
very
up to new
different.
things.
We had feedback from horns and people
Yeah.
tapping on their cars and
I always like
Yeah.
to tell this story.
Yeah.
headlights.
So as comedians, we always find out who's from out of town. Well, it was really easy that night because you just look at the license plate.
The license plate. A lot of
Oh,
California.
You ain't from around here, are you?
Arizona.
Yeah, that's really good. So I don't think I've seen you perform. So tell me in the audience what's your humor? Is there a particular area that you do or?
My humor is basically reality, life experience, things that I have seen that's funny, like girls that wear really short shorts and their thighs rub together and it just look disgusting, like somebody like is just getting ate up, So
Wait, do you do an act out for that? Do you do an act out with that?
I need to do one. That's a good idea. Me being tall, I'm 5'11", so a lot of guys are shorter than me. And I talk about that too. So because
like pickup lines, the pickup lines.
The pickup lines they come and they lie to me and tell me we're the same size in a bed, but we're not. So it's like the lies, cut it out. I can lift you up. Right. So,
why do you have 4-inch heels? Like, why is that guy wearing 4-inch heels right now?
He's wearing my heels. Okay, mind business.
Where did my heels go?
I just basically talk about things that you can relate to, and tall women can relate to. Short women get called the cute names, little short cake and stuff like that. And me being tall, I get called animal names, like, ooh, you a big old fine stallion, or you an Amazon. I'm like, is that a compliment? Or are you trying to get me off my high horse? What are you doing?
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, that's what I do. I just I vibe with the crowd. I vibe with the crowd and relate and talk about reality and just be myself and be comfortable.
Do you know what you're gonna say when you go out there, or do you just wing it?
I pretty much wing it in the beginning, and then I get down to my material. So I can think about what I'm gonna say when I get on stage. But when I get on stage, if you're a comedian, like, you guys are comedians, when you get on stage, it's like sometimes it just blows out your mind and you're just like feeling the audience, like, oh. And then you get stuck, like, oh, okay, what was I going to say on stage again?
Well, see, I have an advantage because I'm older, so I just say it's an old moment. I forgot my set, right?
Old man syndrome.
Yeah, the old man, and the people they forgive you because they know you're old and you don't even remember where you are. But yeah, exactly. So I agree. Sometimes you just kind of, you practice your set in the daytime before your show, and then you get up on stage and something just causes you to go off on a different tangent, right?
Yeah.
Those are fun times, though, right?
They are fun times.
Especially
I
the
say you're
audience.
not a real comedian if you never bombed before. You gotta taste that medicine of bombing.
Tell us about your first bomb.
Oh my God.
No, really, seriously.
My first bomb was at Santa Fe. At Santa Fe, at the Fiesta. I'm sorry, at the Fiesta, and that's out here in Las Vegas. And it wasn't a regular comedy show. It was what is it called when the clown come out?
Circus.
No.
Oh,
The clown comes out.
Yeah, and like boo you off stage, like
Oh,
oh
what
my
is
God,
it?
how can I forget?
A roast? Or
No, it wasn't
not a roast.
It was. Oh my God, Steve Harvey used to run that show where the clown come off and boo you off stage.
Oh, yeah,
like the
yeah.
Gong Show or.
I can't think about it.
It'll
I
come
can't-
to you.
Yeah, it'll come to me. But so we was at the Fiesta and I got on stage and oh my God, I can't think of the name. It sucks. But anyways, a clown come on stage and I was talking about like material. I was doing my material work and the audience didn't want to hear that. They wanted, they wanted to hear some roasting stuff. So I wasn't roasting. And then they booed me off stage and the clown came
It's like
out.
the Apollo Theater, right?
Apollo.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It's like the
it was
Apollo
the
Theater.
Apollo. Yeah, it was
yeah.
the Apollo. Yes.
Yeah, and that,
absolutely.
you know what? But here's the thing. Okay, to Shannon's credit, though, I mean, I've seen that show, and you got like all headliners. All headliners
seen it.
performing there,
Okay.
and it's like a full room.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the best. So she's like performing with the best of the best in Las Vegas
Yes.
when she did that room. That's a Fiesta
And
casino
not saying I'm
hotel
not the
station
best of the
casinos.
best, but I'm just saying. They
Yeah,
want to
she
hear
was.
material.
They got. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
you to just roast and bag, and I'm like, oh, it's my first time doing this. So the clown came out with a big old clown and a whole bunch of things and dancing, woo, like get out of here. So I started dancing back. I was like, all right. I got my clown shirt on right now. This is how he looked, like it.
Yeah.
That's how I looked Saturday morning.
So yeah, that was my experience. Boo.
Yeah. So, but it didn't set you back, right?
It didn't.
You learned from it.
I learned,
Yeah.
and I'm ready for another Apollo.
So
Well, now you'd be the headliner.
Yeah,
Could be some amateur.
what was your best experience on stage?
my best experience on. Ooh, I got quite a few of them.
Oh,
That's good.
Quite a
You're
few
gonna
of them. I'd say my best experience was Oakland, California. I was in Oakland, California for the first time, and they showed so much love and hospitality. Did I say it right?
Hospitality.
Hospitality, and it was just like everything. It was nice, the flight there was nice, the room was nice, the audience
Yeah.
was nice, the crowd
Uh-huh.
was good.
Where were
So,
you in Oakland?
yeah. Where were you?
It was at Eric Kitchen. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't no big old stage in there,
Yeah.
but it was like a lot of people. It was like 250 people in there.
Yeah, so
So
those
it-
are some of the best shows when you're on the road and
Yeah,
everything.
it was nice.
Yeah.
Another show was in Utah too. And Utah was a really good show.
Where in Utah?
Utah, it was in Salt Lake.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
that was nice out there. It was an all white crowd, y'all.
Yeah.
and that was my
drinking
first
water.
time.
They're drinking water, right?
Yeah.
Pellegrino and stuff
Yes,
like
that was my first time like performing, and they loved me. I was like, yes,
what do
this
you-
black technique making y'all laugh. And
You like some Christian comedy?
Look at you.
You do some Christian comedy when you're out there? What was that?
yeah, right. So it was awesome.
Yeah,
and
Salt
then,
Lake people are
of
great.
course, here in Las Vegas, your show, yeah, Tickle Me Comedy. That room is awesome, you guys. I had a great time hosting there with comedian Miss Arkansas. I was hosting her show. You remember that?
Yeah,
night?
yeah.
Yeah. So that was very fun experience, and
She's funny.
she's funny.
Yes.
I love her. I love her spirit and her energy and everything. So me hosting that show for her was awesome. We've done a lot of work together as well at the Improv. Ontario Improv was an awesome show too. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I got a lot of awesome shows I've done. So
And one bomb.
and one bar. We're gonna talk about the other ones.
Those will remain classified. Yeah. We've all bombed though, right?
Right.
As long as you learn from it, say, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that next time, right?
Yeah.
We all do that. It's part of the fun.
It's part of the learning process.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been a professional comedian.
So where were you, besides Salt Lake, like where were you traveling to? What are the other places you're traveling to?
Well, let me see. I traveled to Utah. I've been to Portland. I've been to Ontario. I've been to Oakland. I've been to New Jersey. I've been to Pennsylvania. I was gonna be in Texas, Houston, Texas, but
Yeah.
all this pandemic happened, and
What do you think of the accommodations that the producers, like the places, the hotels, the comedy condos that they put you up in. What do you think of those places? Have they been good, or you know?
They've been good. I've performed at Treasure Island before, and it was nice. They didn't want any cursing. You know, they didn't want no cursing.
Really?
So you know.
Oh no. What I mean is like the hotel rooms and stuff. Like when you've traveled, like
The
they put you up and.
They put you in a room under the stairs.
Oh my God! I had a show. Oh, in Utah, I had a show.
Okay, yeah.
And they had me in a basement, y'all.
Oh,
Oh my God! It was-
so wait. They said, okay, yeah. You're like, where's my hotel? And they put you in a
They
basement.
put me in a basement. I'm glad I was with my cousin.
Was it a nice basement?
No.
Oh,
I didn't even want to take a shower. I had to take a whole bath.
Yeah, like, she thought she was gonna get the COVID, and the COVID
Right.
wasn't even.
That wasn't even out. Like, it was disgusting. So
Yeah.
oh my
You got to put that in
goodness.
your rider. You got to put it
I
in
have
your
to
rider.
talk
In your
about
rider,
that.
you got to say 4 stars or more, or else I
He
ain't
had
coming.
a blow up
I
bed
ain't
for
coming.
me that wouldn't stay blown up. I was like, what's going on here? It's running out of air. You might as well put me on the floor. God dang it.
We do this for the art. We do this for the art.
Because it's fun.
For the art.
For the love of comedy. The basement.
The basement. Wow.
That was the worst.
It's like, you better pay me double after seeing this place.
I couldn't sleep. I was looking out for the bugs. Like, who's down here?
I don't think I've
You ever have a producer not pay you?
Oh my God.
Like, or like tell you they can't pay you like the night before or the night of?
The night of, yeah, I have that. I had that.
What happened was,
Yeah. Well,
so,
you know, we didn't. A lot of people didn't show up, so we thought it was gonna be more people than normal, but they didn't come through like they said. You know, the invite said 55 people was gonna be here, but only 15 showed up. I'm like, well, break me off something.
no, but that's at least nice. You know, that's nice. You know, some comics are like, no, I want my full pay, but
Yeah,
you know, it's-
break me.
yeah, that's
I am
nice.
very
But, yeah.
understanding because
Yeah.
I've been a producer or a promoter and hosting and booking shows and, you know, even taking the money that I get to give to other comedians to perform, you know.
Yeah.
So I understand. I get it, you know. So yeah, at least break me off a little something. You know?
It come,
8%.
it'll come back though. It'll come
Yeah,
back,
it
Shannon, when
definitely
you do
always
good
come
things
back.
like that.
Yes.
You do good things like that.
Wait a minute. Whoa. We're supposed to get paid? Wait, hold the phone.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Hey,
Yes.
nobody told me that part.
Yep.
You can't be paid on chicken fingers all the time. So.
I told a producer once that he told me what he was going to pay, and I told him I wouldn't work for that. And he goes, "You probably wouldn't work for anything."
A lot of them pay you with drinks, right? I hear comedians get drinks.
Oh yeah, ooh.
I don't even drink. I'm like, I don't drink. I remember when I was doing open mics, and I was like, thought I was the big dog. You know, I was freshly new into comedy, and shout out to Anton Knight, and they was just like taking shots of Patron, and they like, here, get you a shot here, and I'm like, oh yeah, we balling out, oh. So I get on stage, and I'm like, why y'all staring at me like that? What's going on? Like, I was just like, you know,
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. So ever since then, I'm like, I would never drink before I get on stage.
Yeah.
No, because who knows what might come out, right?
Yeah, and I was just like
Or,
paranoid. I was just
Yeah.
looking at them. I was talking, but they was trying to get my content, like, where's she going with it? And I was everywhere with it, and they wasn't really laughing. They was just looking at me. I was drunk, so I was like, what y'all looking at me like that for? It was a mess. So I promised myself I wouldn't do that again.
Especially Patrons, you don't want to do that.
Patron with Red Bull.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was energized, but didn't know what I was talking about.
That was hilarious.
So I
Other books
learned
are
some
gonna
new
sink.
words during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Like
have you been writing new work and
I've been
comedy
writing,
and stuff like that
I've been
since
writing new
March?
material and coming up with new things. I like the word entanglement.
Oh, that's a good word.
Okay. Why do you
All
like
y'all
it?
like that. Look, I got
Okay.
y'all attention.
Why do you like the word Why do you like the word entanglement?
We don't have to have nothing, we don't have to have a relationship, just an entanglement. Go on about your business now. I don't got to call you to make sure you got home safe.
Don't call me to see if I got home
I
safe.
don't got to worry about if you ate lunch. Nothing. It's an
No.
entanglement. A lot of
Had
people
a
didn't
great
know that
time
was
last
in an entanglement until Jada Pickett,
That's good.
Shout out to Jada and
Oh
Will.
man.
That was crazy.
No, tell the viewers about that.
Yeah,
Tell them about that.
That was crazy. Will just cry. I mean, cry already. It was in your eyes. The tears was there. He was holding them back, but I see him. Let him roll down.
What happened?
That hurt me. She was catering to August. He's an R&B rapper, and he was going through emotional problems. His brother got shot and killed. He was going through mental issues, and she was his counselor. And she put that WAP on him, that whip, that WAP. Y'all don't know what that means. But anyways, so she was supposed to be counseling him and getting him out of the depression stage. And her and Will had separated but still married, and they became intimate and involved with one another and entangled. And nobody knew about it until August got in his feelings and he made a song and he just put it out there on all his interviews that him and Jada Pickett was messing around and just told their secret. Out of emotions, tuck your emotions, right?
Why would he do?
Hey,
Why would he do that?
he had to get his views some way or another.
No, he had to get some records sold. That's what he needed. He
Right.
got to get some downloads.
Absolutely.
That's what he needed. I mean,
That's
that's
exactly
Yeah.
right.
like, come on. Like
Do
now
anything for-
the kids know that,
No, that, yeah,
right?
yeah.
The
And
kids are old
his
enough to
friend-
understand.
His
like,
friend is Jada's son. But my thing is like, come on, Jada, why are you messing around with a 25-year-old?
Oh,
You
jeez.
55. Like, come on.
So Will Smith found out about it?
So
How did
Will
he find-
Smith,
Will Smith was listening. He's like on the treadmill. Listening. Whoa.
what happened here? Why didn't you invite me in the room? No.
So
But-
what's happening to the two of them right now?
So I believe that they're still rocking together, her and Will Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, they still rocking in there together. And August is still, singing his songs.
Wait, so I didn't know Jada was like. So she's not a counselor. She was just there for him, right?
Just there for him.
Yeah.
And I guess when her and Will separated, lonely days came.
She was a self-proclaimed counselor. I just hung a shingle.
Yeah, and they got down. It was entanglement, and it went out to the public, and everybody viewed it and seen it on YouTube and TV and watched it, and they made a bag. They made a bag. So if you want to make a bag, less entanglement. No, I'm just playing.
So,
I'm just playing.
so what other words have you discovered?
Okay, so yeah, I discovered that entanglement. That was one in 2020. I didn't know I was in entanglement for years. Okay, relationships after relationship. He was there, but no. What else? Pandemic.
Oh, I hate that word.
Pandemic. That word is something that we all can relate to. Like, especially if you have close friends or toxic people in your life and you trying to distance yourself away from them. Pandemic.
That's a good excuse.
That's a good excuse, right?
I'd
Where
like to
you
come
been
over.
at? I haven't seen you in about 2 months.
Pandemic.
Nothing personal.
Yeah, but I just saw you at that party at TikTok. Like,
I was quarantining. Quarantine. That's another word.
Oh.
Right? Oh yeah, and Corona.
Corona. Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was just beer.
There's so
I didn't know it was a virus. I didn't know Corona was a virus. I thought it was just beer, drinking beer.
I did too. I had to give it up.
You had to give it up. You didn't want to catch that Corona.
I don't want to get the. Even if you put a lime in it, it doesn't help.
Yeah, it
good.
still attacks.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the few words right there that I had discovered in 2020. And just staying safe in a house. You know what? I had experience. Well, I thought I had Corona, y'all.
No.
All right.
It was awful. Let me tell y'all about this story. Oh my God. So in the morning, I like to wake and bake. And
You like to what?
wake and bake, get my mind right, meditate, blow one in the air, inhale, exhale, So
She likes to smoke weed when she wakes up, Jack. Okay.
I'm a real one.
Thanks for the translation,
Right.
Israel.
Good job, Israel. So and I'm chilling and I'm
Bacon.
so I'm baking. No, so I'm in my room chilling or whatever, and I start like getting short of breath. So I'm like, I'm breathing hard, and I'm just like, and then my heart start throbbing like real fast, just throbbing just real fast, just pumping, right? So now I'm starting to freak out. Now I'm panicking. And I'm like, I run outside for a second, then I come back in the room, and I'm like, son, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm about to die. So he jumps out the bed. My son, he get all scared and worried. So he calls my mom, his nana, and she's like, oh my God, get you some onions, peel some oranges, put it on the stove, boil it over water. So I'm like, okay. So I get oranges, I peel the oranges, I cut up some onions, I put it on the stove, I'm boiling it, and the steam's just coming up, and it's not coming out my nose. I'm just like, and I'm still breathing, and my eyelashes lifting up because the steam, and it was just going crazy. And I'm like, I think I got the coronavirus. So my son like, go to the ER, mom. So he's like distance away from me. He cut the shower on, the shower steaming hot water. So it was a mess. I go to the ER, and they put all kind of stickers on me to check my heart and everything like that. Everything was fine. I was just having an anxiety attack, y'all.
Oh.
I was having an anxiety attack because of so much that's been going on with me. Me being a comedian and being on stage all the time, like at least 2-3 times out the week, to not being on stage for like 3-4 months.
Yep.
I'm holding a lot of stuff in. My best friend had just passed away. The coronavirus, people dying from coronavirus. George Floyd died, It was a lot going on. And my anxiety, just watching the videos of George Floyd and just, Floyd, and just watching it and looking at the news, it was just chaotic. So I was having an anxiety attack, and it wasn't the corona. So,
and that's crazy because comedians, the way we usually deal with that,
we talk about it on stage.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to share it.
Stage.
So I was holding everything in, and I was having anxiety, panic attacks. Like, what's going on? I didn't know. That was my first time experiencing that.
So your friend passed away this year? Your best friend passed away?
My best friend passed away in 2019, October.
Okay.
She had lupus, and she went out to Utah to visit her sister. And when she came back, we was on the phone talking. I was so happy to hear her come back to Las Vegas, but she was sick, and she was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. My body is aching, and to me, nobody knew about the corona at this time in October. So to me, I'm like, okay, you probably just got to go to the hospital. Your lupus probably acting up. Excuse me. And
how old was she?
She just turned 35.
Wow.
She just turned 34. And our birthdays is literally like three days away from each other. My birthday's September 22nd, hers is September 25th. So we celebrated our birthday and everything, and needless to say, that was our last time celebrating our birthday together. We celebrated 15 years straight, and she always made sure she had a plan for us, because my son is born on my birthday too, so I always put him first.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's a blessing. I always put him first for the birthdays, and she's like, no girl, we're gonna turn up. You gonna celebrate his birthday during the day, and we're gonna keep it at night. So she always had a plan for our birthday. So my birthday coming up this year, and this will be my first year not celebrating with her. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
choked
it's okay.
up.
Yeah.
Love your loved ones. Love your loved ones, because you never know when their time is over. She called me the day before she passed, and she told me she was gonna die.
Oh.
She told me. And I didn't want to believe it, you know. I just wanted to speak positive, and I didn't want to believe it. I went to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, we had to cover up, and when I seen my friend, it wasn't her.
Yeah. That's not how you want to remember your friend.
It wasn't her. I knew she was gone. I knew she was gone. I gave her a kiss on the forehead, and I walked out the room. And you know, that
Tough
was that.
times.
It was tough. So she was there at so many comedy shows, so supportive, had my back, even though she was sick with lupus. When I got in a car accident and lost my vehicle and couldn't get to work, or had to catch the bus on rainy days, she was there. So you know what? It's hard to find good, true, loyal people, solid people. So like I said, if you have someone that's solid, you hold on to them, because you never know when it's their time to go. But I do know she's an angel watching over me.
Over you.
And I just want to say thank you, because she's been blessing me. Like, like
She's watching this podcast, and
Yeah.
she's been laughing. She's been laughing.
She's been laughing.
Some of the stuff she wasn't laughing at, but she was laughing.
Right.
We gotta go back to something you said earlier about bacon. So I do that in the morning too. I get some eggs and some hash browns and some bacon. Is that what you're talking about?
Eggs, hash brown, and bacon.
Hash
Oh,
brown and
bacon.
Little something came up. So so we're kind of running out of time. So what we usually do is we give our guests the opportunity to say how we can find you, how can we follow you on social media.
Okay, definitely. Well, you guys can find me on Facebook under Shannon DaQueen Butler. That's DAQUEEN. Make sure you add me. If I have too many friends on there, I do have a fan page. It's just Shannon DaQueen, DAQUEEN. And make sure you follow me, support me. I announce where I will be, my next shows. I post my flyers. I will support you, you know. IG as well, Instagram, DaQueen02, same way, DAQUEEN 02. And Instagram is popping. So yeah, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Shannon DaQueen 22 TikTok. And Cash App me.
And the Cash App, right?
The Cash App is, you can find me on Cash App. My birthday coming up September 22nd. You know, I take Cash App gift. That's Shannon DaQueen. Shannon, SHANNON DAQUEEN. Ching ching.
Ching ching.
Yeah, I want to hear them ching ching.
Well, I have to say on behalf of both Isaac and myself, this has been a great time. We enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
We enjoy bringing comics to our audience and showing them a different side. Because us comics, we're like normal people, maybe.
Maybe.
Somewhat.
A little bit.
Semi-normal. And so we like to bring a different perspective and learn about the comics and stuff. And so this has been a great time. I don't know about you, Isaac, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. Thanks for sharing.
You know what?
Shannon,
I appreciate
thanks for
you
sharing
guys.
everything.
Yes, I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys for having me on the show and allowing me to shake these beads. Then
I'm
none
gonna
of them
get
hit
some.
me in the eye or nothing.
I'm good.
No, you can't sue me. They ain't that long, not that many inches. But yeah, thank you guys for having me on your show. This is great. I have fun.
Good.
And
All right.
bring me back again.
We'll bring you
Yes,
back.
we
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
On behalf of Tickle Me Comedy and the Blue Zone Comedy Tour, this has been Dylan. I forgot who I was for a second. I'm Dylan Dilligaff, and this is my sidekick, Isaac Israel. With that, we're saying good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.